What is up, Bucs fans? We are back. It's Real Bucs Talk here, and want to discuss the Buccaneers offense and the changes that are going to take place with Liam Coen as the Buccaneers' new offensive coordinator. And they had the offense assistants, come in and talk this week, and there was just a lot of discussion about the use of motion. Utilizing motion more pre-snap, utilizing motion at the snap, shifts. Changing the looks of certain formations and just having your personnel in better spots to take advantage of the matchups. And you look at the stats here, great job here by Seth Walder from ESPN. You look at the Buccaneers, they were 28th in use of motion last year, 12.8% for motion at the snap. And then they were, let me see. Oh, yeah, I have it right here. So, I mean, you look at it, they only used 42.8% of motion last year and then 12.8% snap motion. And you look at where the Rams offense was last year, they were second. So, and again, that's where Liam Coen comes from. He comes from that tree of Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan and all those guys that utilize motion. And you look at Mike McDaniels and you look at the addition of Josh Grizzard from Miami. He's the passing game coordinator now for the Buccaneers. So just the utilization of more motion, I think, is going to be a huge benefit, not only for the passing game and Baker Mayfield, but also the running game. And because motion can be used as a weapon to open up run lanes, it can be used to get defenses off balance, get them off their, set path as far as game plan. It causes more confusion, causes more communication to be had. So I think there's just a really good outlook for this Buccaneers offense to really improve that number. And if they can get that number into, the top five, as you see, some of the best offenses are right there that utilize motion, whether it's at the snap or just motion in general. You look at Detroit, you look at the Rams, Miami, obviously number one. So yeah, it's just really exciting to see. Um, and hopefully that number increases. And just want to, play a clip here of the coaches talking about the utilization of motion and how it's going to be a big factor for this offense and the use of 11 personnel as well and what it does and attacking defenses, attacking space. So that's a big thing. But here is just some audio from quarterbacks coach Thad Lewis and also passing game coordinator Josh Grizzard.
Compared to the offense that Canales ran?
I would say the motions and the shifts and the things like that. We didn't do much of it. We did some of it. But right now, I would say you would see a lot of it just trying to dictate the defense, getting man-zone intels and things like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the guys will talk to you about that. But the motions and the shifts for sure, I would say is the biggest thing that you can count on that being done. You probably can count how many times it happened during the game and tally it, but it definitely would be more than last year for sure.
Incorporated into sort of the passing game here.
For sure. It's a lot of the things that Liam was around as well, whether it be at Kentucky or his history with the Rams. But we're aligned in that on the utilization of motions and shifts to manipulate defenses, attack space. So a lot of that stuff you'll see here as well.
Right. What's the advantage at times to dictate maybe what the defense, what the personnel is, or what they're doing?
Yeah. When you have the three receivers on the field, you of course now have the ability to motion even more just because there is more speed. So obviously that's the main difference in versus having two receiver sets. Doesn't mean you can't motion the back or the tight end to try to manipulate defenses, but you can get a little more creative formationally with three receivers just because you don't know exactly where they're going to be versus tight ends and backs being more in the core of the formation.
At the snap, can you just speak to the advantages of doing that in particular?
Yeah, we're looking to apply pressure on the defense, and when you have somebody in motion at the snap, it makes them communicate what are their checks, they're pressuring, how are they going to handle the motion, not knowing who it's going to come from. So when we try to apply the pressure to them by being in motion, we're just creating advantages for ourselves. There's also ways to manipulate defenses to find voids and zones through the use of motion. So that's definitely something that we believe in.
Think that was really good to hear as Bucks fans, and just implementing more modernized offense here in Tampa Bay for this season coming up. I think it will be great for Baker Mayfield and also the receiving talent that we have here, utilizing guys in more space, giving them more free releases, just using motion more at pre-snap, and give your team a better idea of how to understand if it's man coverage versus zone coverage, and just find ways to get better matchups, right? As an offense, and it will definitely help from a run game and passing game standpoint, in my opinion. And I think that is huge news for this Bucks offense to have more implementation of motion at the snap or even pre-snap motion, and it just gives your offense a better opportunity to really attack defenses, like Josh Gizzard said, attacking the defense, putting pressure on the defense more often. I think that's going to be huge for the Buccaneers offense and their success here in the 2024 season. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts of this new offense that we're going to see here in Tampa Bay this season. Do you like the use of motion occurring more often? And what do you think it will do for the Buccaneers as they head into this upcoming season? But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed it. And until the next one.